Hatching if we need content.
Mega hatching. All right,
I mean,
we'll do
I
that.
have 3
Wait, hold on.
Dragons
It's live.
Crossing.
Yeah. Welcome to Bogside Chats,
What
where
is
we're
this
talking everything DeFi Kingdoms and keeping it casual. My name is Matty Pesk. As always, I am joined by Franz and Guy Kid. Boys, how we doing?
Doing great. Wasn't too much intensity in that opening from you. That was one of the more low-key ones.
I thought that was great.
I didn't realize we were still chatting. We were still in the pre-show meeting, and I hit the button a little early.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
ready.
let us know if you're gonna hit the button.
That's my bad. That's my
common
bad.
courtesy.
Yes. We are talking DFK. We have some updates. We had an interesting AMA last week where Frisky hosted, which was fun. We got to talk about the art revamp and stuff like that, and then perhaps some summons later on. Yeah, Bob, that's just for you. All right, but first thing on the agenda is some roadmap updates. So they sort of changed the roadmap, but not really on the website. But something that was emphasized in the AMA and on the roadmap, getting the Bazaar out seems to be #1 priority right now. The Bazaar is going to be super cool. It's going to be like this exchange that potentially is going to reach out to other blockchains. Super cool technology. It sounds like it's going to be like an awesome order book situation where we can be exchanging NFTs.
We've talked about the Bazaar a few times, and every time you describe it, it gets more and more like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I don't.
It's a more loose definition every time.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
But and also too, I think we've talked about this. Like, you know, we want to play a game. So like, while it sounds exciting, like I'm not crazy excited, you know, for the Bazaar.
Jeez, we're starting things off on a positive note here.
Well,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
very
like it's the gamified decks aspect more so than it is the gameplay aspect. But if it leads to player onboarding and more ramp opportunities, fantastic.
Yeah. You know, the idea that a lot of low liquidity items will now be attainable more easily. We won't have to hop into DGen Dungeon and say, you know, who's got this, who's got that.
Who's got the greater stones or greater crystals?
Hopefully those bigger stones, like the regular and the greater.
Yeah, I mean, and those are attainable, but we're pretty heavily, you know, involved in the community. Yeah. For, you know, the fringe players that don't know everyone, maybe are a little shy, don't want to hop in there and start talking, you know.
You just don't have time because you have to go on, you know, reach out to people and stuff like that.
Process.
Like, yeah, I mean, we all have Discord on our phones, you know.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, if you wanted to play casually, it'd be really nice if there was an in-game option where you can just like buy or sell greater or regular stones. Or those crystals, I think, are a little bit easier to find, but...
Well, there's no liquidity for them on the deck, so it's the same process. I mean, there is Xearn that, you know, you could go on. I haven't used that in a while, but it's good for like checking price.
Yeah.
See what they're going for. So, yeah, it's good. The Bazaar should be very cool.
It's one of those. I'm excited because they're excited.
Yeah.
Team seems very into it.
Sure. Yeah. No, they do.
And we're gonna talk about like player engagement a little bit later. If it does bring more engagement and more people to the table, awesome. Love it. I think that's one of the ultimate goals always, you know, is how do we get more people, more players.
Well, so little tidbit on that. We did gain a bunch of players this week, apparently. So
what?
Yeah. So Crypto Garrick tweeted this out, but apparently nice growth numbers for past 24 hours and past 7 days. So this was yesterday, but in the past 24 hours, we had gained 24% about users and up 5% in transactions. And then over the past week, it looks like 32% in users and 7% up in transactions. So that's good.
That's awesome.
I mean, that probably comes from the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
People
Last
signing
week
up.
was 3XP out in the West Coast. I was very jealous from like the clips I saw from Sargent and the Mythic Squad guys. Looks like it was an awesome time and like a huge party. We got to get a East Coast version of that somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure they got. I would hope that going to the conference, they're going to get some people interested and get some numbers up. So that's awesome. That makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we had these numbers of growth from like past conferences. Like, was
Right.
this one more because it's a gamer-focused conference? You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, it sounds like it.
it's interesting. I mean, the
Yeah.
outreach is important. We're
Totally.
deep in the bear market. It seems to be getting worse on a daily basis. So, you know, the more you can capture now, the better.
Yeah. Right, and hopefully the Bazaar will do that. All right, next up on the roadmap kind of update, and this is something, Guy, you wanted to talk about a lot, the expeditions. So I don't know where I first heard this. Was this roadmap? It wasn't the first time this showed up, but
They mentioned it in AMAs a long time ago
right,
as like a concept, but yeah.
So they added this as like the second item on the list, and again, it's not like a for sure like in order item list, but
I think they did say they're going to be going
for the
that
most
it's going to
part,
be
yeah.
relatively accurate.
Yeah. So expeditions are, I'm assuming, going to be quests that are either longer or hold up your heroes in some sort of locked way.
I picture it as like look at kind of mining quests and look at if you can mine for any period of time.
So
That's kind of how I would look at it. Is rather than
it's
counting
start
down, you're
Okay.
counting up.
Interesting.
And based on how long you've mined for will determine what your experience is and what your potential loot is.
And I'm
Right, so-
assuming like that hero can't summon while it's
Yeah,
doing
they,
that.
Well,
heroes
Stuff like that.
timed up.
Is that confirmed? Because you can now summon while questing.
Good point.
So I would hope that that stays the same. But like if it's like I was saying, where you're just kind of leaving them to go for however long, right? They haven't said anything about penalties when you take it off or like cooldown, because I mean it's still going off the stamina system, right? So
Right.
like theoretically, if you want to summon, you just take it off summon, put it right back on.
Well, I would hope there'd be some sort of thing of like if you stay in there longer, there's a higher chance of either more or some rarer items. You know?
Yeah, and
Well,
Zealous
so-
is saying, shout out Zealous, saying maybe with reduced rewards for the longer
Yeah.
that you keep it in.
Yeah, I would look at it as more so of like, you ever play those like mobile games that you've got to click the farm,
Oh, I
you've
see
got to
what you're
click
saying.
the timber
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
camp, like it keeps growing till there's some sort of cap that like you maybe need to collect
Okay. I
at
see
least
what you're
once a
saying.
week or something like that, or maybe there's going to be a diminished rewards based
If you
on
don't touch
how
it
long
for
exactly.
so long. Yeah.
Well, there is an interesting dynamic, right? So think about the whole community now all of a sudden sends their questers out on expeditions, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of supply of items out there. So at first, you know, probably won't see too big of a difference, but the longer that those are all in there and not claiming those kind of items until they come off, right? We might see periods of time when there is kind of like a short-term crunch on a given item. And then maybe you look at it, and if you're watching closely, you take your heroes back and then can maybe sell at a higher price if it's Swift Thistle or something like that. Like everyone's foragers are out, no Swift Thistles coming in for that month or so, you know, and it'll all be staggered. But
See, that's interesting. I really like that idea also just too of like it being a dynamic ecosystem with like these decisions. But at that point, this is going to sound bad, but if I have a bot going, shout out to Zealous, DFK helper, why would I choose to do an expedition versus just continuing questing with my bot?
well, I mean, for those people out there that, you know, don't have bots or
Right.
don't want to pay the fee, like if I have 10 heroes, right?
Fair. Yeah.
And I don't want to, you know, that doesn't make sense at that level of heroes to have a
Sure.
bot. Or there
It
might
makes
be
it makes the gameplay feasible at that entry level. Yeah.
Right.
See.
And I mean, there might be people that, and earmuffs Zealous, but like there might be people that, you know, would rather just do this rather than pay for a bot. Helper
Right.
obviously does a lot more than just questing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But there might be some people that say like, hey, if I could keep that money in my pocket, just do this.
Yeah.
You know, that might be a thing too. I mean, I'm gonna stick with Helper because
Yeah.
all the rest that it does. I mean, I'm gonna be hatching 10 eggs that Helper summoned for me. 10 crystals, heroes that Helper did for me.
Yeah.
The raffles, the duels, all
Right,
that
duels,
stuff.
I think.
So,
yeah.
but there's going to be a portion of the community that's
Well,
like,
no,
I could
yeah.
do all that on my own. let me just use this expedition.
Well,
feature.
so what if expeditions are more so how they're worded rather than just a foraging expedition? What if travel is layered into it, that you could send your heroes on a traveling expedition, that maybe it's a foraging based expedition or it's a fishing based expedition, that you're going from point A to point Z and maybe fishing or foraging along the way?
Yeah.
So you're seeing it more as like a different quest?
I could see it as a different quest, yeah.
Do we think that they're like cool idea, right? Do we think that they're kind of at that level with it?
I
don't
think,
know.
and that's sort of with this roadmap update here. This is the expeditions is in the coming next section. The
And traveling's in the long-term roadmap.
long-term roadmap features is where traveling is. So while I do like that idea where it's tied to traveling, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, agreed. Gotta throw a little theory crafting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I mean, I think having unique items would make it so I'd have to make that decision, you know.
I mean,
and not
we
necessarily more valuable, but just like, you know, I don't know.
We have talked that, you know, that Hubert said that level 10 profession quests are eventually not going to be at kind of the home base village, the center of the kingdom. They're going to be something you have to travel for. So, you know, kind of what Guy's saying in the longer term in a different way.
Right.
But
Rather
again,
than
in the long
rather
term.
than part of the traveling quest, you got to travel to get to expedition quest, maybe.
Yeah, and you know, Bob's given us another
Yeah.
reason here why people would opt for the expedition quest. You know,
That's
it's
a big one.
You're right.
the
yeah.
sharing
That
of private
kept
keys.
me on the
There's-
sidelines for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Moving on, more of the roadmap stuff. Tournaments for duels.
Do we have the roadmap that we could like put it up? Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking
Guy?
at it.
I think this is the longest we've stayed on our own faces
True.
to one of these pods.
Usually we.
I mean,
yeah.
Make
that's
it
a
stop. Make it
It's a
stop.
gift to the community, in my opinion.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
agree.
we need. I'm actually kind of concerned for Guy because it looks like that fortress is being attacked.
It looks like
yeah,
it's
is that
on
on
fire.
fire?
Yeah,
that's
What's
not
this?
good.
So-
This mid journey?
it's mid journey. I try to do a different bog side themed mid journey every stream. It's been going for
Our
40
house is on fire.
Work's been busy, huh?
Yeah. But I am like, there's a campfire there.
Oh,
there we go.
they're
that you
chatting.
guys are
You guys
sitting
got good
around
beer.
The
Yeah.
chatting.
side of the
That one's
lake
me.
that looks like a bog.
So if I had a little more time to prep before we just instantly went live, maybe I would have had a better position.
Okay,
to be-
you were late to the pre-show meeting.
Yeah, and also I feel like we've seen a few of these from you now, Guy. I'm assuming you're typing in bog. It's every time it's a lake that they put there.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what bogs are, though, aren't they? I mean, what's a bog?
I mean,
like a
there's
swamp,
it's more of a swampy.
more swampy situation.
Is
See,
a
that
bog
looks
or a
more
lake?
like a bog to me.
That's more boggy.
That
Yeah,
could
yeah.
even
How
be a
about this one?
river. I saw a little bit of a current.
Well,
that could be a
Don't
lake.
show all of them.
Well,
It should
these
be
have
new
all been
every
seen.
week. New
These
every week.
these have been
Gotcha,
the
it's a
last
worm.
5 weeks. This is not new information.
Oh.
And
is
here's
my
the
favorite.
roadmap as we cruise right off the rails there.
Tournaments for duels. They've talked about this for a while. I think it'd be super cool if it could work in game.
Yeah. I mean, for that, and similar to, and I've been meaning to ask this question just to kind of get confirmation on it, but similar to like the matchmaking with duels, I hope that it's being built in a way that it could easily be implemented for combat. I hope that it's being built with combat in mind, because like duels are great, but I don't know why I lied. I don't like duels at all. But like if this is all being built with combat in mind, great. You know, build tournaments, build all this stuff. But like if it's something that's not going to translate over too well, this seems like a waste of manpower to me. But in the meantime, I mean, it's something to do. Like I'm going to enter said tournaments.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I understand what you're saying, and I'm sure that like it's all sort of. It sounds like Hubert is focused on combat, and like if somebody else wants to do this tournaments thing, that's fine, you know. And like I don't think the Wisdom Studios team is doing anything with tournaments. You know what I mean?
No.
So
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
too
I don't
worried
mean
about,
that it's
like-
going to delay
Yeah.
combat because they're working on something else. I know it's different teams and stuff, but like I would hope that there's a future kind of outlook on the things
Right.
that they're building.
I would assume so. All right. That's, tournaments. We've talked about that. That'd be cool. In-game chat. I'm still pumped for that if they can get that function.
I
'cause
can't
think-
believe it's this high up the list.
I know, because I think that would be awesome for the like marketplace and like messaging people about heroes and stuff like that. I would love that. I'm also a little nervous about that because I don't know if the crypto community knows how toxic the gaming community is.
Just
But
imagine a slash global thread for DFK. Oh my god.
I mean, isn't that what the Discord is though? Well, there are moderators in there.
There's more moderation there. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure they'd moderate the in-game chat too, but like,
It's harder to do
yeah,
Yeah.
when it's all personal messages flying around.
yeah, and
But for
gamers,
I guess my
you
point
know.
is for
Yeah.
most of us that know who each other are,
Yes,
if I want to talk
exactly.
shit to Guy, I can DM him right now and do so.
Yeah.
I do often, actually.
Are you? Do you want everyone's phone number so you can talk shit to everybody? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I want one big group thread on the text messages.
I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
I'll have to screen my phone number. All right. Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm surprised it is this high up on the list. Obviously, next up PvP, and I think they're working on it, and I think it's going to happen. I hope by the end of the year. I think that's my prediction.
So I'll take that gray egg and go double or nothing with you. Do you think level 10 mining quests are going to come before PvP combat?
No. Do you?
I think
Wait,
level
no?
10 mining will come first.
You think level 10 mining will come prior to PvP?
Well, so what do we
don't?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I'll stand by that.
I don't know.
I'm expecting mining. I'm shocked at how low down the list mining is.
That's what I'm saying.
That a few AMAs ago, they were talking about how like mining is like just about ready to go, like after gardening. That there was like some artwork due, and then we were good. And shout out to Bob Nothing in the audience here, something that he mentioned in our guild chat. I know I'm not supposed to, be
It's
revealing
secret guild
the guild alpha here.
Secret guild chat.
But I thought it made a really good point just about how far behind miners are going to fall XP wise. The longer that this goes on,
That
right?
gap
Because
happens, yeah.
you could do training quests with a high rarity pet, so that gets you a little extra XP, but it's not even close to what you can gain with the professions at this point.
No.
So, if you have your PvP heroes, like I have some Dragoons, some Dark Knights that are miners, because I was like, oh, that's, it's perfect. Prof aligned, they could do their profession, still gain that XP. The longer this kind of takes, like we have this kind of uneven kind of layout with the professions right now, where I think closing that loop is actually really important.
That's actually interesting. I didn't think about the comparison. I don't know. I just felt like the way, especially in the last AMA when they were talking about like priorities and stuff like that, I feel like this is getting slowly lost in the shuffle. But you're probably right though, and I'm sure they're thinking about that. They're not. I think they know this stuff and they're paying attention to that. At least I hope so. And if not, I hope they tune into Bogside Chats to find that out.
Well, we already know some of them don't.
Oh, wow.
But no, I wanted to kind of jump back quick because Ben Force made a really good point that we kind of skipped over. All of the talk in the AMA, or a lot of the talk in the AMA, was focused around gas and expeditions. We're gamers. We're thinking about the gameplay aspect of it, but the gas is a big part of that too. Expeditions would drastically lower that.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be great.
That's a good point.
I'm just curious, like I don't want us to go past this comment because none of us are qualified to talk through it, of how do expeditions work from a complexity of the contract perspective of like, is it a more involved contract or is it still just an XP and rewards system?
Well, V3 quests, apparently very much easier with Diamond Contract to make changes and make new contracts, right? So that's what we've been hearing. So hopefully that's the case, and it leads to kind of speedier development from the blockchain
aspect of it
side. Yeah. Guys asking us about how contracts work.
Yeah, come on, get out of here.
What do you think we were going to say to that?
I'll wait for iOS code to hop in.
All right, and then there's the long-term stuff that we all kind of know about, equipment and crafting. One final note here. Yellow eggs seem also to be kind of way down the list, I feel like.
The last of the soon stuff.
Yeah, I just feel like I mean, they mentioned they were doing the art like a while ago, but I know it's significant because there's like a million different variations of each of the different pets. So I feel like it probably is significant, but
Yeah, I was kind of I was about to call you out for talking about something that we just talked about, but then I realized we were talking about level 10 profession quests.
right.
I kind of packaged the two together in my
I
mind.
mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess you would, but I think even less so. I feel like they were thinking about pets. You know.
Yeah.
Why'd we skip over achievements? Are
I
we
mean,
not excited about
achievements.
achievements?
Yes.
Well,
I
they talked
mean,
about the achievements a good amount. Frisky did in the AMA. Um, the idea of like beginner tutorial rewards and something where if you're logging in every day and doing something every day, you get some kind of reward. I don't know. It seemed like the bot aspect of it was kind of giving them fits still,
yeah.
and they didn't really know how to answer that. I have a solution for them. They haven't asked me, but I have a
Let's
pretty
hear
good
it.
solution.
What is your solution? Please tell.
Raffle tickets. They're soul bound. Give a
For
small amount as like a
achievements?
tutorial.
Yeah.
I'm thinking specifically a tutorial, right? You enter into the game. They can give a decent amount
Sure.
of raffle tickets. Like say like by the end of the tutorial, it ends up being 100 raffle tickets, right?
Sure.
Even if it's
Great.
Is that
1,000, yeah.
is
Yeah.
that going to be worth it for someone to bot multiple accounts to get? I mean, maybe on a grand enough scale.
It'd have to be massive. Yeah.
Right, but like it's something that's soul bound, so you can't just make new accounts
Right,
and dump
right.
it. You could theoretically have a ton of different accounts in the same raffle with those 100. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's the best. Either that or a small amount of gold,
Yeah.
because that's pretty worth it.
I like raffle tickets more, yeah. It's
Yeah.
less inflation to the overall economy.
Well, and also would introduce the idea of raffle tickets, like in part of that tutorial is like here's your reward and here's how raffles work. You know.
Yeah. Good point by iOS Code here.
Oh right. Yeah.
They were talking a few AMAs ago about like, oh, the art for Yellow Eggs is all
Yeah.
that's kind of left, and then all of a sudden there was this pivot. So
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a really good point.
So all right. So quick note on this long term thing, and I didn't put this in the agenda, but
Whoa.
traveling seemed way closer when they were talking about it at that in Spain or whatever, and now it's on this long-term section of the roadmap. How far away do you guys think travel is?
If you listen to Boxside Chats from right after the
know, I
last
know.
AVAC Summit,
Yeah,
we were
we were
saying
so
the same
excited
thing,
about it.
that it seemed very close, or seemed
Close-ish.
closer.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a heavy lift, just from even a gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's not very contract intensive because it's kind of start travel, end travel.
And I also think
But had a
it's-
different
It's
locations
hard
figure
from a
into that.
UI perspective, and like
Hard to say
how
again.
how do you turn this into an interactive map? Like that's a complete overhaul of how the whole website works.
I don't think it needs to be an
go
interactive
for it.
map.
but also wouldn't it be if it was like a localized for each player, that would be like a massive server use, wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
it
I
would
mean now you're talking like MMO type.
Right, yeah, like it would
type
have to
stuff.
be what Guy is talking about. Like it would have to be a complete revamp.
I'm kind of seeing it like, and we reference Tribal Wars way too much on this
I
pod
know.
because no one's ever played it.
It's some small game that no one has ever played.
It's a lot of fun though.
lot
But
of fun.
anyway, the way when you send armies in that game, you're
Right.
sending them. It's giving you a time like, hey, this is gonna hit in 4 hours and
Right.
27 minutes.
Yeah.
Like up to the second, it gives you so you can plan other things around when that hits.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's pretty much it. You send it, you can't do anything until it lands, right? So
There's like a
that's kind of
small-
how I'm seeing it.
There's like a small cancel window, like of
Sure,
like
that's-
5 minutes after you send it or something
Yeah.
like that.
Great, but
But yeah,
I
otherwise,
guess you could just make all these plots of land or these regions clickable, just like the castle and whatnot is. And then
well,
it's
they'll
just
have
like
to be
a
at
tra-
some point. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I don't
think
see it
no,
as people kind of running through the map because you're right. That would be
no. Yeah.
that would be a heavy kind of server.
And also, too, I think
Left.
they've said that the travel is going to not involve the land originally. Like, they're going to do a version of it where lands are still just the way they are now.
Mm-hmm.
I
and
believe.
like this windmill will be like a a place just like the marketplace that you could go to the windmill.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
sorry, I was
Travel
reading Tread.
seems like there's a lot to it. It seems like travel needs to be before crafting, right?
Yes, I think that's for sure. Like,
So,
yeah,
you know, it kind of comes down to like, what else are we getting besides and just even saying the phrase besides combat, like it's an afterthought, like that is the golden goose, right?
right, yeah,
But the other aspects that are going to make this a game seem like they're further out and they're layered on top of each other in a way where, like, yeah, travel seems tough and it's a long way out and we can't have crafting until it's out.
yep,
And then, you know, and that's a whole nother aspect of PvP, of combat, right? Because that's
Mhm.
equipment and that's, you know, swords, and that's the fun stuff, right? Like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
what are rewards really going to be with combat if we don't have equipment out yet?
I mean, hopefully, crazy
I mean,
experience.
shout out to Dragon's Crossing. You know, it's a game that we've all been playing and a lot of the community's been playing. Some of the most fun of that is finding a sword or finding a helm. You know, without that,
Yeah.
those quests would be pretty boring, right?
Well, and I think
Different game, different
yeah,
type.
I think it's different, obviously. But I think both games can exist in this ecosystem easily. But also an interesting
I wasn't
thing
saying they couldn't.
from that is that, and I'm not saying like one needs to like mimic the other one, but
It's like Highlander.
something
Only
that
can be one.
Dragon's Crossing is that these equipment and these items are not NFTs. So I think that's why it's easier for them to just kind of create items for the game when you don't have to create a contract, you know?
Right, but just from a gameplay aspect, right? It's
No, I know.
we
It's
need
fun. That's what you
crafting
want.
first. So
When you're
I'm just
doing an
saying
RPG,
I'm
you
just
want-
saying travel, crafting, then equipment.
Right.
Like
Well,
it doesn't work in a
theoretically,
way.
you could have basic equipment given from
I think that's what they're
a
going to do.
quest, which is probably what
Well,
they'll
no,
do
I
here.
think
Okay.
everybody is going to have like a built-in basic sword.
No,
Yes.
but guys saying like the idea that you don't need crafting to have equipment, you can win
Oh, right,
equipment
right.
outside of the crafting system, and that's a really good point.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think there's ways to have
Yes.
equipment be first, but
Hmm.
I do think the bulk of equipment
They're going to be,
will
yeah,
come
they'll
with
be like
crafting.
stripped down and like it won't be crazy, but it'll be like a
Well,
basic for each class.
Did you catch what Hubert said about equipment at towards the very end of the AMA?
No.
So, the question was, will equipment raise your stats, like +1 agility,
Sure.
+1 dexterity, things like that? And he said actually no, because
Interesting.
of the way that the contracts work with things like profession quests, where it's pulling from your stats
To do it.
to kind of show you, like,
Yeah.
you know, for your stats for that quest. And that would be another thing that the contract would have to look at, and that would raise gas even more, and it would mean reworking those contracts a little bit, right? Because
Whereas
I guess
combat's an off-chain event, so you can look at the equipment as part of that off-chain event, do the calculations there, and then all that's being done on chain is the end result
Mhm.
and the rewards being handed out.
yeah, so kind of your stats changing in a combat sense.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarge saying, if not, then why equipment? I mean, I think they'll have bonuses, just they'll be kind of communicated in a different way, where it's
Right.
like, you know, your
Alright,
attack
well,
will go
still have
up, and
access to testing grounds.
attack is a product
It'll
of
sort of
strength
be-
and dexterity and agility, but like the equipment will maybe just increase the attack rather than increasing the underlying stats.
It'll add like after the formula is done, it will then add to it, not be part of the base formula. Because that would be a bigger deal with the blockchain. Well, whatever. Again, we're getting close to
Guy going to show us the combat grounds and then realizing he didn't have the jewel in to do it. That's classic.
just
Very
excellent
happy with that.
podcasting. Yeah. Right.
You don't even have
Why do I
any of
not
the,
have this? Oh, I'm on Clayton right now. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
Well-
say you didn't even have the boosted experience.
Now I don't, because I don't have any heroes on this wallet.
No,
Just my
but
Jet
on
Zero.
your actual wallet, do you?
Maybe.
Let's see.
I'm gonna have to increase that one actually because I've been doing more.
Yeah, I've been
summons.
hitting the barrier a few times.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the roadmap update. Unless you guys had more on the roadmap.
No,
Stuff
I'm
down the
good.
bottom: PVE, dungeons, large scale
Give
PvP.
me large scale PvP and
That
dungeons.
sounds exciting. Yeah. But I mean, this is long term, way down the road, so we'll see.
I have one thing regarding quests.
Yeah.
It's a little off topic and it's a little
Sure.
ranty. Are we
Oh
okay
boy,
with
here
that?
we go. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write this question for the next AMA. So a little preview here.
Ooh, okay.
But now that we have these Quest V3 diamond contracts, we've been hearing things are going to be easier to make, easier to adjust,
Yep.
quicker development, all that stuff. Can we get some kind of closure on the story pages?
Oh boy.
No, and like I don't need anything too complex. Well, first off, right? The idea that it was originally supposed to be 3 months and now it's been over a year, I feel like these have just been inflated to the point that
Oh yeah, they
like,
should have turned them off at least.
Yeah.
right, but I think turning them off means changing the contract, and that's why I'm saying now that that's theoretically something easier, turn them off at the very least. But then also like it is possible to make PvE quests without combat. Can't they do something with the story pages? And I don't even know what it would be, right? But something where it's a little quest that you go on. Maybe you answer some questions. Maybe it's completely RNG, you know? But it has a few clickable things to make us feel like we're doing something and start burning those pages for something.
Well, I mean, couldn't they do, even right now with what they have? And I love Bob there. Couldn't they do like
Rerolls for skill trees?
Well,
don't know.
I guess it would only be like the different realms of like who is questing more, and just use global stats, right? And have it be like a competition, you know, and like little things like that. But like also, I don't know how they would do that.
Yeah, so not a fully baked thought as to what
I
that
know.
little quest would be, right? But like
Yeah,
any kind of PvE quest would be great.
Yep, just give
and
us a little story.
Would
Yeah,
be exciting.
yeah, I
But
agree.
more so, just shut them off so that like
I know.
I don't know, that to me is a good way to reward the people
early
that have kind of
adopter.
stuck
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it
yeah,
and
yeah.
have been here throughout, right?
Well, now it's only if you have 15 of each.
Well, I think that's what they're going to end up doing. It's like, well, you need about 25 full stories
Yeah.
to do anything, and I would still have some to spare, right?
I don't think I think I only have like 10 to 15 of each.
I think I'm close to triple digits on all of them.
Triple digits?
I might be making that up. I know I'm over 50 of each.
That's crazy. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
looking mine up right now.
Been a while.
I don't have that many.
Do you not do a lot of training quests?
Not a lot of training quests.
I mean, I don't really either. but-
Talking like 5 each one.
All right, I'm like in the 20 to 25 range of each.
Okay.
So I guess that makes sense if you had.
Yeah,
had
all right.
about-
I lied a little bit too. I have my lowest is 40. So I have between
Okay.
40 and 60 of each page.
That makes sense. I mean, but yeah, that's insane.
But like just turn them off.
I know.
Should that be a priority? Probably not, but like it's something where when it was released, it was
I know.
so interesting because it was like this
It was fun,
first
yeah.
this first new quest, this first like kind of gameplay aspect they
Game
added
aspect.
in.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of things went down
Mm-hmm.
between
Yep.
when that started and now. But they kind of really just let it fall to the wayside in a very inelegant way. So
Oh, Bob's on fire in the chat. Loving it, Bob.
What's he saying?
The guy they got rid of that guy who was
Jack's
doing the he was doing the lore and he wrote those. So they probably the main push of the person doing that is no longer on the team. So
well, all right. So two things there. One, I never actually read them. Two,
wow.
did you?
Wow. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Quiz me on
got
it.
it.
Ask
Yeah.
me one question about him. Yeah.
On page 4, paragraph 3. No.
Yeah. It says.
But to say that because there we go. Oh, they're shorter than I thought they were. I thought it was a full page. Getting distracted by that. No, but the idea that you're saying, oh, the lore guy isn't with us anymore, or not with the team anymore. I made it sound like he died. Is this a purely lore-driven thing. Like
yeah.
I'd have to assume that when they created this, there was more to it, or there was some kind of game
Yeah.
plan. They weren't like, hey, let's just get some lore out there that really doesn't make sense unless you have a lot more context that we haven't released yet, and they ended up not releasing. You know, like
Yeah.
I have to think there was a game function mentality here. And iOS code is over 100 of each page.
Wow.
So while it wasn't true for
Impressive.
me, it was true for somebody.
I've
Yeah.
never
Well,
read these. I'm kind of embarrassed by that.
Have you ever
What?
read them?
No, I haven't read a single word of them till now.
I read like no.
I read the first one I got when whatever page
yeah,
that
like page
was.
like 6 randomly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I haven't read them. I will. I'll read them tonight. I swear. Yeah. I mean, I hope so. I hope they do something. I understand your complaints here.
yeah, I mean, iOS code saying just get rid of them. I mean, I guess you could say that they serve the purpose of giving us boosted XP. You know?
Yeah, I get. Well, yeah, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't you have done that? Like, why'd you have to do that with a new item? You know, couldn't you have done it with whatever?
Yeah, your mic just went to shit again, but yeah, they could have done it with a different item. But yeah, I'd love to know what the original game plan was for these, and I'd love to find out by them actually finishing it. That's end of rant. Took us off on a tangent there, but ate up like 5-7 minutes of content there. So
yeah, that's great.
That's the goal, right?
They'll do something. I think they have to now. I think they're pot obligated.
I'll come out right
Anyways.
after amulets.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the recap section. Next, I did want to mention this very quickly, and it was probably because of 3XP, you know, the conference that they just had last weekend. But they redid the website, the DefiKingdoms.com. They made it like flashier and like closer to like other Web3 games that are trying to promote themselves online. It's just kind of like it's.
Yeah,
I
haven't
note it. I think it's
seen
interesting.
this yet.
No, guys,
Is it not on the beta?
DefiKingdoms.com. It's not part of the
Yeah.
game actually. It's a different website.
I was
It's
trying
like,
to figure out if there was a way to
Oh.
get to it.
While you guys
just
look
got
at this,
that.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, so they redid this. It's now like flashier, has the slogan up top, and sort of goes through some of the stuff. If you like scroll down, it goes through and like it talks about all the stuff of the game. It's cool. I'm glad they do it. I feel like, again, this goes back to something we were saying about like if it brings in people, sweet, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
No, I think they did a good job with it. And I think
Yeah.
they did a lot of prep work geared around like 3XP of like
right.
they
Yeah,
clearly
yeah.
had a marketing effort, and this was people that were there could probably confirm. I'm sure they had the website up on one of those TVs that was at their booth,
Totally.
and
Yeah.
just encourage people to like come check it out and see what DFK is all about.
I mean, this stuff is important, right?
Oh yeah. No, I know.
This is the first thing people see when they go to the website. Like this, even just that little blub that was
Yeah.
higher up, like
It's
that.
awesome. Yeah.
That's cool. That's what I want. I want to see more of those. You know,
Yeah.
roaming around the kingdom.
Oh, I love it. A blub invasion.
Do people not use the beta? I only use the beta.
I think I'm on the beta.
I only
Yeah,
use
I'm on the beta. I mean, at this point, it's like one of my favorites tabs, and I don't even think about it really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a good reason for it. I mean, in the
Just
past
have
we
it.
had to.
Right.
That's
is there
where
not
new
any
features
difference?
were sent
Is
out.
there any difference?
I mean, I
between...
think they still roll things out to the beta first, right?
Yeah,
Maybe not
I would
anymore.
assume so.
I haven't
don't
heard
know.
them say that.
Oh, he does. Interesting.
They
iOS
published
code
this to the
dropping some knowledge on us here.
That's really interesting.
Interesting.
Late. I mean.
Oh, there was a feature upgrade that I think is the biggest one they've had so far.
What's that?
Ooh, do tell.
I'm gonna take over the
Yeah, do it.
DefiKingdoms. All right, so you go into your heroes here.
Mm-hmm.
You click here, and boom, copied hero ID to clipboard.
Whoa!
Have you guys seen this?
No, this is blowing
that's
my
And
mind.
it copies the full one, the
It
one
copies like the
000,
zeros.
2 zeros.
Oh,
Best thing.
this is
That-
my mind
that's
is
awesome.
blown.
I
right
went
now.
to click it to like I went to double click it to
Sure.
highlight it so I can copy it. and I saw those things start popping up. I was very excited about it.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
I feel like they didn't highlight that enough as kind of
No,
like a
that needs to be
quality of
said.
life
Yeah.
improvement. That's great. Also, these
Oh.
are all
For sale.
All for sale, by the way. You
Just
always
saying.
sneak this in somehow.
Well, you know, I think we have some. Nope, those are it on this side. But I mean, this is a level 12 paladin.
Also,
with-
why
with
don't you? You
two-
got to use the standard marketing practice of using 99, because then people think it's under.
Oh, $9.99.
Like 199 should be
I'm
the
with you,
price for that
friends. I
guy.
do round numbers.
I don't know much about sales.
Because when people type in to search for a price, they put in like under 100, so they'll put 100.
Who does that? Name me a
People do
single
that.
person.
They
in the
People do that.
ecosystem
They
that
do
does
that. If you put like 99, you'll be the lowest one in that section. You
Let's
know?
take a look at this wizard. Why is this rare wizard at 800? It's kind of high for it, isn't it? Oh, wow,
Maddie, can you bump me back?
double
Sure, here we
advance
go.
there. Oh,
Oh, what is this? Wow,
Yes.
these are even priced higher. Again,
Anyone
you guys
want
are
a
zeros?
mythic
All right.
thief Gen
I
1? with full
priced
10
them to
summons?
sell. You priced them like hoping
Your prices
someone
are high.
misclicks.
This
Your
is my
prices are
my
insane.
wish list.
Well,
This
he
is
said
my-
this. He
Mythic
said this
Ninja.
last pod.
Mythic
he said
Ninja
he
makes
had.
sense.
He said he had some mythic hero. I was like, oh, what do you have a price tag? He's like, oh, like 10,000 crystal. Oh, oh, that's why it hasn't sold. Got it.
I think that Mythic Ninja's on par with
Yeah,
the price
it's-
range, right?
he's
Yeah.
actually-
34.50.
when they're listed on a helper wallet, like if they don't sell, that's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
TFK analytics.
I got a lot of goons, so I got a level 12 goon, which is
We're
pretty
looking
cool.
at mythic ninjas.
Mythic ninjas.
iOS code. This does really annoy me. I'm not gonna lie.
What's that?
That the for sale always are at the top of the list,
Yeah.
and you have to like scroll down. If you do like by stamina, like you still have to scroll through this like the sales ones. It does annoy me.
Only the 5th highest priced ninja.
Yeah,
Mythic
so it's
ninja.
not that bad.
I mean,
level 7
the
too.
floor is 1900, or actually 1899. So someone's listening to what Maddie's saying here.
Yeah.
They did. So they did fix the idea of like summon cooldown heroes being at the top of the list. So like it might be the type of thing where you can just
Oh,
ask
right.
them and Beetle
Yeah.
Dude will change it quick. I think he did that like during an AMA.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it's
was
fixed
cool.
now. It might be just that they
I
don't
did
know
notice
it.
that. But also, while we're here and looking at this stuff,
The art.
artwork,
The art's
What
cool.
a segue.
it's super cool. I think
is.
it's excellent.
I feel bad for these wizards that are
I know.
I
I always feel bad for like the seers and the wizards and the priests who are like out in the mines.
Why are they mining? Get them on Training
They
Quest.
have to.
He's level 1.
Yeah.
All right, I have 2 comments
Actually-
about the new heroes. No, go ahead.
Boy. Okay.
Guy,
You
were you
guys,
gonna
you guys
say
see
something?
this?
Second wind on a what? On a wizard.
9/9 wizard.
Uncommon.
9 of 9 wizard.
I mean, that's nice. That's nice. But like,
9 attempts at a
make him
resurrection
make him
stage.
better.
Anyways, continue your thoughts, guys.
2 comments here
Okay. Two
on the new
comments.
heroes.
2 comments.
1, everybody's a little thick, huh?
I mean,
Yeah.
Do they not
life.
look chonky to you
That's
guys? Like
good.
I'm talking
That's
like
good.
thick with 2 C's here. Like
No,
this is.
I'm in. I'm
I
interested.
think that's needed for the animations.
I mean, I don't like necessarily dislike it. I'm just saying it was a change that I noticed. Everyone looked a
Yeah.
little slimmer, a little trimmer. It's been a
So
long bear market.
subtle,
I think
so
all these
subtle.
heroes are kind of letting themselves go while price is down. No, the other thing, I don't know who's who. I have no clue who's who.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I used to have a good grasp on my heroes. Like, yeah, I have
Like, this
plenty
is-
of.
You'll
this is
figure
a
that out.
sage?
You'll figure
What?
that out quick.
Well, not even who's what class, but just like individual heroes. Like I had this legendary paladin, still have him, paladin with a Dark Knight sub, and he had the emo hair. She had
Oh,
the
love
emo
it.
hair,
Yeah.
and it was very noticeable. Now I scrolled right past it the other day. I was like, wait, that's the one? Okay, like my favorite heroes, I used to be able to kind of like I'd know them when I saw them.
You'll get that again. That's just like takes
Yeah.
your eyes training.
Sure,
I think
but
the paladin
I feel like
is like
they're
one of the
less
coolest
discernible
ones.
between. Maybe it's because it's new.
I think it's because it's new. I think you'll get that after a while. The paladin is my favorite. I love the shields. and I
Yes,
love
paladin
the-
is very
Shield's a
cool.
good look.
It looks
The
awesome.
white armor
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah, pirates are cool too, Bob.
Pirates are very cool.
This pirate looks
They
badass.
all have the eye patch, though. I feel like we're being a little stereotypical
That is
of
stereotypical.
pirates
Yeah.
here. Not all pirates only
I
have
also
one eye.
think the wings all look better. All wings across the board look. I mean, they all looked cool originally, but I like them even more now. Especially
Berserkers look cool.
the bone
Yeah.
wings. I have one guy who's got. It's a rare and it's got blue bone wings, so it just like looks cool with the like frame of it. So
Yeah, the bone wings are cool.
yeah,
Monks, I think, look a lot better.
yeah, they do look cooler. They look more like intense and savage.
Like what I picture a monk as.
Yeah.
The scholars. I realized once I saw the new art update that I thought every scholar was a female with a dress on previously.
No, it's like a robe.
Now, like,
yeah.
you can see the
Yeah.
the indents of the legs that it's like they're like what are those pants? What am I thinking of from like the 80s? The like balloon
Zoot
type
suit?
pants. Is that what?
I
is
think
that
they're
what it's
called
called?
zoot suit.
But they're
Yeah.
like fluffy pants.
Yeah, like MC Hammer.
Yes, yes. That's what the scholars are rocking now.
Yeah, zoot suit.
The priests look more like so I look at the priest and I think of the monk from Last Kingdom. What's his face?
Yeah.
Like that's the look, like the traditional
yeah.
like monk look, but the priest has it. Parachute pants, yeah,
Yeah.
pleats. Shapeshifter, Bob's not
I
sure
think they
about.
look
Let's
cool.
see him.
I mean, like it's like
Oh,
furs.
yeah.
You know, they got like the
Yeah.
heavy furs on.
Yeah,
I see what they're doing, but like, yeah, I can understand you not really getting
Yeah.
on board with that.
It sort of seems like Wolverine
summoners are
claws,
cool.
Yeah.
Summoner's got that low V-neck.
Oh, I'm telling you. Let me. You know what? Let me bring it up because it's such a cool. I'm gonna show you my new summoner that I love. I'm glad this is what
See
we're
the
doing
low
on the
V?
podcast too.
Yeah, interesting. Do I?
Yeah, this
These are all
not
males.
a very alpha heavy pod. Not that any of ours are, but like less so tonight.
Am I in the wrong?
Just kind of hanging out.
Oh, I am on the wrong wallet.
Ah, Sticks interns here, and shout out to everyone else that popped in that we haven't talked to. Grady was
Yes.
in here.
I saw Grady message.
Sarge, I don't think we said hi to. Ben Force.
Oh, Sarge messaged us
Um,
page 10. Did you see that?
Does the spellbow look bigger than the other two spellbows? Is that because he's not mining?
Yeah. I also don't. I think the spellbow looked more So I'll say that the elite classes. Is that elite? Yeah.
Yes.
The elite classes to me looked more, and again, maybe it's just because it's what I was used to. They
Yeah.
looked more intimidating and more like profound to me before the art update. Now they kind of just look like everybody else.
Look at this
Yep.
guy. Look at this. Look at this. I love these bone wings.
Well, that's
That
a
is
good
pretty
looking
cool.
here.
With
They got like a
the-
staff
It
thing going
goes
on
with
for
the
their.
summoner,
Yeah.
like cloak or whatever that is.
Yeah, the V-neck, the low V.
Yeah, low V.
Also, too,
It's a little
just
too low. I don't know.
quick note. I used a chaos stone, a regular chaos
Ooh.
stone on this one,
Mm-hmm.
and it hit on endurance
Very nice.
to get to 55, which is wild.
That's great because that's one that you're not going to want to boost up on.
No,
your
I
own.
don't care. Like
And
that's,
you
that
get
happens.
green endurance on top of that too.
Yeah, like I'm pumped about that.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like the stones on things that I'm not gonna just inherently
Well,
go
it
for.
has to be around 50% because the ones when it hits on like a 25%, it's like,
Hmm.
30. Like it doesn't matter if it's a 50% or you know what I mean, like especially monk. If it hits on like if monk hits anything, I'm happy because like half of them are 60%. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? The tails I think are much more. You guys know I've
yeah, you have
Hated
opinions about
on the
tails.
monkey
You have
tail.
opinions about tails.
the tails and the headgear. I think they're all a lot better. Like the monkey tail doesn't look like shit anymore.
Yeah. Well, let's not say that because artists spent a long time making it.
Of course. And I have an untrained eye, so it's probably just me.
There you go.
Yeah. Save that one.
There you go. Stop! I'm flipping too many times. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Ninjas are cool. They have their COVID masks on.
Yep.
They do.
All right. So while we're looking at all these, I love the crystal wings so much.
Yeah, those are nice.
And the Berserker's cool too. They kind of changed him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like him.
Yeah. So one of the cool aspects of it, they're kind of, and all the classes, they're kind of like acknowledging the weight of their weapons.
Weapon,
Like
yeah.
the berserker uses 2 hands now for that giant axe, where before he was just kind of swinging it around one-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, so
see,
something
Worm's
else-
agreeing
look at
with
the-
me. It's
yeah.
not as easy to discern between the heroes. And I think the hair's a
hair,
big part of that.
yeah.
That is a cool-ass priest, though.
Look at the wings, man. They
Oh,
look
yeah.
so cool.
I'll say the cosmetics that stand out even more now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Even all the bone wings look so much better in my opinion. I
Yeah.
really like the bone wings. What was I gonna say? Okay, yeah. So with this art rollout, they've been tweeting all the different classes and showing off everybody. I think. Oh, this is my new spell bow that I'm just in love with. Leadership. Oh,
Nice.
and it hit on the.
All right, you were halfway through making a point.
Oh
before you
yeah,
started
all right.
talking about
So,
your
so
hero.
they did all the tweets with all the artwork, and they gave a little line at the bottom for what their role in combat is going to be. And this is something Wowie and I have been like chatting about, like just in our DMs a lot of like, should we take that as like, you know, how serious should we take those tweets and stuff like that? And so I wanted to mention a couple of them. Where do I have my notes? I'm all over because I'm presenting. I'm going off, so someone else take the screen. So obviously all like the main classes, we have the skill trees and stuff like that, but the advanced classes, we got some kind of interesting information. I do want to kind of talk about a couple of them with you guys. Notably, for Bard, for the combat role, they wrote just support.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't put healer or they didn't put like damage dealer. It was just purely support. Now, I think that's interesting for Bard because I was expecting that one to kind of be a healer. Also, too, none of the advanced classes got the healer tag. Now, these aren't set in stone and like they're not like 100%. Like we saw the monk had some self heals, but he didn't get the healer tag on those tweets. So like it's not 100%. But Bard got just the support role. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? I mean, I think that makes sense, but also
I think he'll have some healing.
bet he'll
I
have
think
some
I
healing.
lean towards the idea that these aren't set in stone.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, I'm sure Workhorse saw them, but I'm not sure
Right.
that he had like the stamp of approval on them. Like, no, put this. Like,
yeah.
I think it was more of a marketing campaign, and in general, they're correct, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is good.
So like
So yeah, like damage dealer for.
for spellbow makes sense.
Yeah, they didn't kind of discern between
Well,
damage, magical damage, and physical damage,
they,
right? Like
they
I would.
did, and this is a theory Wowie and I have been working on.
Okay.
that I'm not ready to present yet.
Oh, that means you're
but
saving it for the other pod.
If
Got it.
if you look next to the thing, it says damage dealer support. If you look to the left, there's a book.
Mhm.
I believe that means magical damage.
Yep.
And
Sure,
then if
but
no, look at
scroll
all
up.
of them. Yeah.
scroll up to Dark Knight.
Spellbow has both, can do physical and
Okay,
magical damage.
go to Dark Knight.
Or Dread Knight can obviously
Oh,
do
that was
both.
Dread. I thought that was Dark Knight before.
And then Bard can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Shapeshifter's only physical.
Which makes sense.
Ninja can do both, which is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And also interesting, Ninja got support too.
So we talked about that a little bit last pod. The idea that's kind of crowd control,
Yep.
Mm.
That,
and
like,
I think same thing for Shapeshifter.
Right.
They're gonna have some debuffs.
So Summoner, Damage Dealer exclusively with the book, I think means
Mm-hmm.
exclusively magic.
Okay, so Dark Knight
Dark
got
Knight's
both because
both.
that's something I was wondering about.
Yeah. But then also too, go to Paladin. It's very interesting. Paladin just says tank. Yeah. Just
and
tank
that's fascinating. That
with
it's
just the
tank.
sword, so maybe just physical.
Right.
So very interesting on Paladin. I think we all kind of assumed he'd have some magic access, and
Yeah,
maybe some other support
He has
roles.
very high wisdom. And this is where I'm saying I think this is all bullshit.
Well, no, I mean, look at
He's going to have healing,
But
and
if you
it's
go
not going to be self heal. It's going to be group heal.
if you
has
go
to.
the aura route, auras don't necessarily
No,
have
yeah,
to
exactly.
be magic.
Support though.
It would be support. I feel like
It would be
if it was
support,
like
that I
if it was
agree with
like
you.
if he's in P2,
And auras are
both
magic.
roles get like bonuses. I
Not
don't know.
necessarily.
Do you really believe that?
Wait, what? Say it again.
Auras aren't
That
necessarily.
answer
magic.
is all I needed. He goes, eh.
Well, I mean, it could be sort of like a battle commander inspiring. I mean, I think that's what,
Right.
that's what Bard's
Okay.
going to be.
All right, fair.
Bard is going to be like inspiring everyone.
I'm picturing Bard from what's that show? Machina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
a great
What was
was
the
example.
full name of the show?
Vox Machina.
Legionnaires only
Oh,
tank
Vox
too.
Machina.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Bard. That's the Bard I want,
Oh yeah.
where
He's the
it's
ideal.
like all
Yeah.
magic.
But didn't
Yeah.
we look at the Legionnaire
He
skill
has some
tree?
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, aren't they the ones that have like the interesting like bruiser build?
No,
Yeah,
that's Warrior.
but it still falls into tank.
It does. Yeah, Legionnaire is very tanky.
I mean, the high shields.
It has a couple moves that are kind of aggressive offensively, but
Does the Seer have a lot of healing?
yes, I was surprised by that. I went back and like re-looked at so like the finishers, all like the level 10s are kind of like weird kind of circumstance ones, but a lot of the mid-level skills have heals in them for Seer, which is very surprising. Yeah, Scanlan, that's his name. Scanlan, I forget.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Show's great. Well, I mean, it's Critical Role. It's based on
Yeah,
D&D. Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm aware.
Okay. So I thought this was really interesting. Some of the roles, especially the advanced classes. I think, especially which one was the one that was support and damage dealing. I got D&D on the brain now. So Shifter and Sage both got categorized as support and damage dealer.
Yeah, and I see them being opposite ends of the support spectrum.
Right. Yeah.
And that's I said this last pod, but like I think the word support is just too all encompassing. Like crowd control,
Yeah.
hat tip the guy. That was what he said. I think that is
Makes
more
sense.
what a shapeshifter is going to be, whereas Sage I see as like true support, magical support, healing.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know.
Debuffs, buffs.
See, you always, and we've had this argument. I don't want to have it again, but you
let's do
incorporate
it.
healer in support, where I think they're completely different categories. Like I consider support to be damage or offensive or
offensive and
defensive
defensive
mitigation
support. Yeah.
both ways, and then healer is a completely different category.
I mean, I would just say that thinking about it logically, there is no better way to support somebody than to heal them.
I mean, motivation.
If I had a microphone, I'd drop it.
I'd say motivating
attached
is
to
more,
my head.
to like inspire them to do good,
But like, you know what I mean, right? Like, you're supporting your
you know what I
teammate
mean.
by
I
healing
mean
them.
philosophically. I want you to give me a pep talk before I go into the job interview. That's supporting.
I mean, that's
what
support.
supporting is,
It is support.
and that's what a bard does. Anyways,
In song too. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
pep talk. It would be a pep song.
pep song, yeah. Shifter getting support I think is interesting. And what do you mean for like crowd control? Like it's going to be?
I've role played many times.
Is that true?
Sticks intern. Done a lot of role playing.
That's not what he said. MOBA. That's a different thing.
Go on. Googling MOBA.
Shifter getting
League of
support.
Legends.
I know that makes sense, but
We played, what was that knockoff? League
Yes,
of Legends
I've
that's
played.
gotten
I've
bigger
played
now?
many. Now that I looked it up. Tribal Wars. Because we don't talk about it enough on here.
is it?
It's not really.
I
a
don't
battle
really think
arena.
it is. Because
That's different.
It's
Maddie, you were making a point.
I don't know. I don't know. Shifter getting support really confuses me because I think it would be a damage dealer. I think it would be like go into beast mode and go crazy. I don't know what support it's going to be. I mean, crowd control, I guess, with like AoE damage. You know what I mean? Or like roar from the bear or whatever that like moves everybody back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow,
I really don't know.
No counters to that. No counterpoints.
No,
Okay.
I don't know what it could be. I picture the shapeshifter as just like high speed.
Right. Damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Slashing and
hard to
and
hit.
clawing.
You know,
If you
I see it as
if
like
you go
max
sup-
evasion, max damage, max evasion. That's
Yeah.
how I see shapeshifters.
And like, well, the thing is, they have decent hit points though.
They do. They're actually really high comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, what were you going for there? Sounded like
If you go the support route and not the healer route, I think you'll have multiple support in your three-man team.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
the build.
I
Is
think
like
it's
you
tough because
go.
they said pirate. They put pirate as damage dealer, and pirate has a ton of like raise your fear resistance and like and stop raise your evasion and stuff like that. So like and also like boost your teammates and stuff like that. So the pirate I think is a very tweener in terms of like is it support or is it damage dealing? I mean, it has a lot of cool with like the release the Kraken moves that like do a lot of damage, but I think it's also kind of a supporty role. So I mean in the long run, these roles mean nothing. They're just kind of fun things to discuss, I think.
Agreed, and I was going to say the same. They mean
Yeah.
nothing, but
Yeah.
based off of these, what skill tree of the advanced and epic or
Yeah,
advanced and elite are you most excited for? Like, did any of these move the needle as far as like, I really want to see that?
I think I already wanted this to be kind of number one, but Ninja, I'm very excited about, especially with my theory on the book and the sword. So Ninja's going to have access to both magic and physical damage, and has the support role. Like it could just be like the Swiss Army knife. The Ninja like literally does it all. So I'm very excited about that. I think he could fill any role. I was already pretty excited about Ninja, but like I think this like boosted it even more for me.
Because you got the evasion route too. I mean,
Yeah.
give me my all ninja, all thief team. 100%
Yeah, I think,
all day, every
I think
day.
it's viable.
Yeah.
I think actually one disappointing thing. Oh, sorry, you go, Franz. Answer your own.
No,
question.
I was just gonna say Dark Knight. It's always been my favorite.
No, totally.
The fact that I have a good mythic one probably helps that. But just the idea of like dark magic, damage dealing magic, like really fuck shit up magic.
Little disappointing is Dragoon. Dragoon got listed as a damage dealer only, and not as a tank.
I can't picture a goon being a tank.
Right?
Like,
Me
can
neither.
they play a tank role? Yes, but
Isn't
I don't
the
think
vid a little bit lower on the Dragoon?
Yeah, the Dragoon is not as high as, and also no magic access, which isn't really a surprise. But
Yeah, that the Wiz and intelligence aren't super high.
a goon's just a better monk, in my opinion.
right, but that's kind of disappointing for an elite. I mean, it needs to be more impressive than that, you know.
I mean, we still have to see what it has, right? I mean, just because it doesn't have access to magic or because it's not a tank necessarily, like I think it's going to be like the ultimate, kind of damage dealer. Besides the dread, obviously, but like it also, now we have kind of separate. Like you have the Dragoon as your damage dealer of the elite class, the Sage is your magic user, and then the Spellbow that's kind of a hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
Maybe we see a tank as the fourth one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I know there are other tanks. I'm not trying to say Paladins are the only tanks, but like to me, Paladins are like the number one tank in a game. I
think they are.
Like I don't think there should be something tankier than a Paladin.
No, I think the way it's built right now, Paladins are shaping up to be the premier PvP tanks. I think, even though
I think Knights will have an opportunity, but I do think Paladins will be more versatile.
Knights don't have the magic defense. Paladins are going to have magic defense and physical defense, where Knights are going to be super strong in physical defense. But
yeah, that's a good point. The idea of wisdom as magic defense.
Right, exactly.
It's a lot of the basic classes are kind of lower on that side.
Well, actually, Six Intern, and the chat's been talking about the whole time, both these comments.
That's not controversial.
I don't think it's controversial.
Dragoon,
I think
Dragoon is the all-around. You can build it any way.
I think actually Goon and Warrior is actually an accurate comparison right now, and I think Six Intern sort of is alluding to that, saying they're bruisers, because Warriors right now are definitely more damage dealers than tank.
Well, they have the bleed damage,
right, exactly.
Which I believe that's the only place we've seen it.
Lifesteal too, but they did list tank for the Warrior.
Oh, they did? Oh, wow.
No, Pirate has bleed, and so does Thief has a couple bleeds too.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, I think Warrior being a damage dealer, I think is on par with what Goon's going to be too. But interesting that this is what I'm talking about. They listed tank and damage dealer for Warrior, but not for Goon. Again, this is nothing, but like I am just going to overanalyze everything they give me, and this is what they've given me. So
there's not much else to talk about.
Yeah.
Right now. So we're gonna squeeze this for all it's worth.
Yeah.
I like Bob's comment too, because I do kind of agree. Of like, It's like early day WoW versus current day WoW. Why so many people
Sure.
go back to classic of like
Yeah. Stripped down
every single
versus
class had a unique play style.
yeah.
And now if you log into WoW, you could literally be like a priest and you could tank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like not
Sure.
necessarily, but you know.
Yeah.
What I mean.
The real killer or the real Kira, sorry. Dragoon might be a line jumper. I think that's a good point. The mobility aspect of a goon.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like
Yes.
Yep.
that's a goon move type thing. The idea of jumping up and
Jumping from like the back line. Yeah.
yeah, you might get kind of increased mobility and really like the elite advanced and the jump up from like basic to advanced to elite, like it doesn't have to be that different on every move. It just has to have access to a little something that
Like,
the
yeah.
level below it didn't have. And
Right.
if that's the goon and mobility, like it could be very similar to a warrior besides that, you know?
I think a key thing, and I'm sure they're working on this. I'm not like doubting it, but that capstone, if it's a knight, it has a special move, right?
Hmm.
I think comparably, the paladin needs to be significantly better.
Yeah.
And then
And the
if the
goon. Yep.
and the goon one especially, and then yeah, obviously the dread has got to be like mind blowing, whatever it is.
Well-
But I mean, because there's only like 5 dreads, right, or something like that, or less than that.
I think there are many more than that.
Anyways, my
I'm
point
gonna
is though,
look,
I think
actually.
like the knight,
I got you.
a knight move is going to cost the knight a lot of mana and is going to be hard for him to pull it off. But like it should be comparable to kind of like run of the mill paladin moves. Does that make sense? Like it's like a knight super move should be halfway the halfway between the paladin's chart.
I don't think it necessarily needs to be compared at that level. I just think there should be a uniqueness aspect to it.
Right, but like power levels, I want it to make sense that a paladin is going to be stronger than a knight. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think the magic defense alone
Might
is
be-
enough of a
yeah.
differentiator. Like I'm not sure I need to see that big of a difference between knight and paladin in the skill tree, right?
I guess you're right, yeah.
I mean, and I
The
don't mean
stats
that
will
they
show-
should be
the
the
stats will
same.
play out, yeah.
I mean, as far as a power level, I don't need to see
Yeah,
that much
yeah.
of a difference because, right, the stats themselves will be that differentiator. Guy, yours is showing dead in there, so I think I could help. It looks like they're 29.
26.
26 with several
seeing-
dead.
I'm seeing 29 on DFK Analytics. Does this count dead as
Oh.
well?
Oh.
Survived.
No, that's it. You had all on there. No, put on needs to reroll. They automatically don't have the reroll thing checked off on that.
What?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's only in the tavern.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so it looks like. All right, so
20.
yeah, I'm seeing 29.
This is dreads.
Yeah,
Interesting.
call it like 20 because there are some dead in there.
Yeah,
Why would there be a dread that's dead?
I don't know.
Because they still exist in the catalog.
No,
No,
I'm
I
saying
mean, someone dark summoned
probably
it.
someone trying to get higher rarity on it.
There
Or
are
like-
why
no
you would do
there are
that.
no mythic dreads.
I don't know why
Right.
you would do that with a dread.
The idea of throwing a dread into the pit. I mean, I guess if you have a few, if you're someone that
If you're cool.
summons that way,
Yeah.
I was gonna say TTS gear.
Yeah.
I think is kind of the biggest dread summoner. Him and Be Easy.
Be Easy does it too. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like Be Easy wouldn't kill a dread.
Yeah, and yeah, we're forgetting King Baka.
Baka probably wanted a better one. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, again, I love speculating and I love talking about this shit. This is what I love, speculating on what these roles are going to be and how the team composition is going to be. I thought it was interesting. I don't know. There's nothing really to pull from it because if they're not set in stone and they're not black and white, they're just kind of general. I thought that was interesting. All right. We covered
Who owns that?
Covered
Mythic
that.
Goon.
And
Did
Who?
you? Okay, I put this in the notes, but Franz, this is all you. I don't know if you want to mention it or not.
Oh,
They finally answered, or I shouldn't say, Frisky answered your bot question.
oh.
We don't have
Yeah.
to talk about it. If you don't wanna
I
talk
just
about it. We talk about bots a lot already.
I made a comment about on the talk site about like, hey, do you think the lack of automation in the game kind of serves as a barrier to entry, right? And I
Right.
think maybe I didn't word it well. Maybe he just wanted to kind of answer it differently, but he started going into like, well, I think MetaMask is a bigger barrier to entry. I think Web3 in general, like, I
Yeah.
wasn't saying, hey, rank it as far as barriers
Yeah.
of entry
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
right? I was just saying that I think when you start really getting invested into the game mentally and you start like looking at like, okay, how do I be good at this game? And you have a small amount of heroes, I think there's a desire and a need to get more heroes, right? Um,
Yeah.
to kind of compete with the output that some of these other players have. And I think you hit a point very quickly where you're like, I can't do this without a bot.
Yeah.
I need a bot to do this,
I
right?
agree. Well, no, to have sanity of like your real life,
Well,
because you could be sitting on a computer 24/7 and you could maybe do it, but that's not
right,
real
and I
life,
mean
you
we
know.
all did that for a few months there.
Yeah.
But and he said he made a comment like I think even up to 100 heroes you can
You
realistically
can't. No.
take care of. And what I don't think he realizes is that like it gets to a point where it doesn't matter if you have 100 heroes, 1,000 heroes, or 10
No.
heroes.
Yeah.
Going in 3 times a day
Mm-hmm.
and clicking those buttons, it becomes a slog.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a moot point, right? Because they answered it with the expeditions, or
Right.
they're
Yeah.
planning an answer to it with the expeditions.
Well,
Um,
and I think that's what they were saying, but they said several times like there's going to be some new functions that will alleviate some of these issues. And I again, we're assuming it's expeditions, and I think that makes sense. But they seem to be not worried about it because some new function that's coming. So interesting, exciting.
yeah, the bot topic's always kind of a pressing
It's
one.
controversial. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right, that is it I had for my notes. I think we had some summons we wanted to rip off though.
We do, or I do. Guy, do you?
I don't think I do. I was just looking. Looks like they're all in
If
cooldown.
we have any questions, these first few were not very interesting. I do have a lot of them though. Shout out Helper. I've been saving these up. These are just Fisher Foragers. I believe they're mostly pirate monks.
So ninja chances.
Ninja chances.
Yes. There are a few foraging wizard priests in there, and I think there's one pair that's a Dark Knight try.
Nice.
So we'll see what we get. I have very good luck on stream.
Sarge had a question earlier saying, how do we feel about NFTs being changed? Obviously, like the hero's new clothes, I think overall was a positive, but you are changing the art concept of an NFT.
It's happened before
I'm not.
in other projects.
I also think the people changing it, well, I don't know for sure, but like the people changing it were the original artists. So I'm not upset about that. Like I'm interested in the art because I like these artists. You know what I mean? Like that's sort of my mentality.
That seems like a bit of a cop out though.
And
Like
if it's-
I don't know. Like I guess what I'm saying is like I see the point of like, hey, if I bought this NFT for the art and then it's being changed, I mean, yeah, I mean I think that's a reason to sell out of the
frustrating.
project if that's how
Yeah.
you feel, right? But it has happened with other projects. I mean, maybe
And the
not
other
that are deep
projects have
in.
offered legacy versions, right? Like,
Oh, you
is the
can
old?
do that. There is a classic mode.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
That
get
makes-
to
for
it.
GFK.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how to get to it, but they said it.
Yeah. So if they,
Settings somewhere.
yeah, I can fool around with that. But if there's a classic mode, I think that should address it and answer it.
Ooh, this was definitely the Dark
Ooh.
Knight pair.
Dark Knight attempt.
Ouch.
Fishing. That's a
Ooh.
shame.
Was there any
All of them have, or most of them have some kind of
some matching
Match.
ability? Yeah.
but at this point, like, it would have to be something mythic to kind of jump out and
Oh yeah.
be a PvP hero. From
Franz
it.
doesn't get out of bed for anything but
It's-
mythic.
It's true. It's very true.
Wow.
I did find it, by the way, where you can look at total market cap under the little profile button at the
Wait,
bottom of that.
were we
is
looking for
classic
that?
hero view. The classic hero view.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're saying
that
it's,
that toggles right under where you hit the profile. Yep,
What's that? I can't tell.
it's
Pirate.
a pirate.
it's also not letting me hit that button.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Fishing.
Alchemy.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
How many summons we got? 0. Ooh, I'm finishing off a lot of pairs right now. There were a few that popped out that were 0 summons.
Gotta go refresh it.
No, I think I'm taking the foot off the pedal on the summoning a little bit. Oh, that popped up that I clicked 3 minutes ago. Berserker. Oh, I did have a shapeshifter chance in there. All right.
Rare.
Got some color.
Rare fishing.
Strength blue.
Ooh.
No abilities though. Also, intern, I told you I was leveling that guy up to level 5. He was at level 3, so that summon's not happening for like 2 more weeks.
What summon is it?
It's the one. It had 2
Because
matching.
because you're not having a private conversation with the intern right now. There's an audience, so you should probably.
It's the one I bought. I bought off him. The guy has 2 matching. Well, it's 3 matching abilities, but it's 2 matching advanced.
Oh.
So it's a chance for a last stand, giant slayer.
On what you didn't tell us the heroes.
It's archer and legionnaire, which
Oh.
is not great, but I would love it if it was an archer.
Another rare.
Another rare with the cool
Forager.
wings. And no advanced.
We like it. Last one, and then I do have my Gen Zeros, and then were we gonna talk a little Dragons Crossing too? I do have
Yeah, if you
I
want
do
to.
have some of that.
I don't note that in the agenda, but it's always open.
Is that a ninja? Thief.
Uncommon.
Forager
Anything?
though. This needs to be a fisher. But again,
Hey,
we've talked
explosion.
about that thief foragers are not very high up on the list, but
They're decent.
They're respectable.
their dex is, and I think it's because very low intelligence too.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like
yeah.
their dex is only 50%, but you can level them up for the skill
Yep.
trees for dex. So
Yeah, because he has a ton of dex in his skill tree moves and stuff like that.
the only bad thing about this, I now have to add all those heroes into the
The
good old
helper,
helper
your
sheet
helper
there.
spreadsheet. I this is on me. I don't think Zealous is listening anymore, but whenever I sell or like dark summon, I never go and update it. I just have like a million dead heroes still in my list, like, and I'm just like, nah.
I'm pretty good about it because I hate
The
I hate
message
when
the
I,
message pops up and says like,
yeah.
get rid of these ones.
So these are 10 of 10s.
SI, we're in a fight.
We're going for mythic here. Mythic
These are
shapeshifter
from
or
10 of
bard.
10s.
Ooh, scholar.
Scholar.
Scholar priest foraging.
Double clutch.
Okay.
I think double clutch was the best combo. Maybe not for scholar, but like to use in another,
Yeah.
summoning pair.
Sure. I mean, it's getting sold, so.
Again, use 99. It's mentally. People do that.
Yeah, totally.
He's not doing it. He's not going to do that.
All right, here we go. We're going for a shapeshifter here. Mythic shapeshifter fisher with 3 advanced.
Oh, shit.
Is that what's happening? How do you know it's a shapeshifter?
Because the other
Because
Yeah,
pair
the
was
ones,
my wizard. Mining wizard. Oh,
Nice.
this one's definitely getting sold.
Ouch.
Ooh, advanced hairstyle.
Ooh.
That was crap.
Hey,
I'll
a
give
couple
this away.
rares, couple rares.
We got a trivia question. I'll give this one away. I'm
Um,
disgusted by it, and I need it gone.
let's see.
Sure.
Trivia.
question. About DFK or about like
We
anything
should
randomly?
we should go DFK.
I mean, do you have a good one random? I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Which hero has the
Oh,
highest
wait, hold on.
vitality?
Let's.
No,
Don't do that. That's easy.
Let's-
That's so easy.
You jumped right into it there.
you asked me if I had a trivia question.
First off, there's only 8 options.
All right, we're gonna think of another question because guy said that.
I said a dumb one.
It's gonna be the first one to answer in the chat. I feel like we don't.
Hold
have
on,
to
what
do
are we
any weird
getting? What are we
We
stipulations.
getting
don't-
here?
yeah, we don't have to.
And also, am I eligible?
You're getting this wizard.
Am I eligible?
I'm
Yes.
putting this in the chat just so that I don't forget which one. I was
Are
said
you
I was
logged
giving
into
away.
box? Are we both logged into the box side?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah,
I
that's how you
usually
guys
type
are
on the
able to
laptop.
share stuff on StreamYard and I can't.
Oh, right.
Trivia question is...
The answer is always 42.
I thought you actually had one. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll think of one.
All right, you think of one. We're going to hop over to Dragon's Crossing.
Yeah,
Sure.
all my heroes are off the cooldown, by the way, so that's kind of fun.
You going to play a little?
Yeah, I'll play a little. I actually have a strategy question.
Oh, all right. A
So
lot of
I
rare
have,
here. Oh, wait, before you do that, Fran's bragging corner a little bit.
Yep.
I've done 6 mints now for Dragon's Crossing.
Yeah.
I have 1 rare, 1 mythic, and 4 legendaries.
Damn.
Off
Can I
the
do-
charts.
That's like the numbers don't
luck.
make sense there, right?
Can I
Yeah.
do a little bragging?
That's way better than average.
And a lot of them are for sale, by the way. So
Where is it? Is
go
it
onto
here?
OpenSea and check those out.
Pets hatched. I have officially crossed the 100 pets hatched mark
Wow.
with
congrats.
not a single mythic hatch.
Oh, brutal.
Awesome. We'll love it.
So that's fun. I am now in the elite 100 group.
Wow.
But as far as my Dragon's Crossing guys, my ranger died 2 days ago, so that's fun.
Oh, rip.
Which one?
This level 9
Oh.
warrior is actually my best progression hero right now, so I'll end there.
Better than
But
the
my
12?
strategy question, so I am in, what is this, the swamps?
Yeah, zone 3.
Technically, I'm in the foul waste, right? Yep. Have you done the boss quest yet?
Yeah.
Should you do the boss quest before going to the Treacherous Peaks?
I mean, yeah, right? Why not?
I don't know. Do you
So
need to?
I will say I've been to Treacherous Peaks. It is treacherous. They slap those enemies. Like I'm talking like 30 to 35 damage per hit.
Oh, wait.
Mm.
iOS code's saying you have to.
Have to what?
Oh,
Fight the
Ben
boss.
Force?
Oh, it won't let you go on?
Yeah. Okay. So
There
if
we
I
go.
click this, it's going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
zone boss not defeated.
Which
So
makes
that answers
sense
that.
with
Yeah,
just,
I mean,
the
that checks out.
terminology of bosses.
Yeah. So if I'm level 12, I think I'm at a point in the foul waste that I'm not leveling up every single time.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I'm in this weird in between where I get an exclamation point every time. It's either in the foul waste, I get one that says you're too low level, or if I go into Treacherous Peaks, it's like this guy's too big for you. Like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do?
So it sounds like I should stay in foul waste for level 12. Then once I hit level 13, then I'll do the boss quest right out of the gates, and then I'll go
Do the
to
boss
Treacherous
quest right
Peaks.
now for the stream.
Should I do it? Well, it's
Yeah,
like 2
what,
minutes,
what's the
that'd be
but
worst that can
wild, yeah.
happen?
what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, he's
boy.
only level 13. That's not bad.
What is, by the way,
So
what is the things in parentheses? It's obviously a ranking.
Impotent.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's bad.
Yeah.
So look,
Yeah,
you can
check it.
hover over it. His chance to hit crit hit
should've-
is
I should
reduced
just
by
hovered
30.
over it.
And I actually didn't know you could do that too, by the way. So all good there. But against a boss, I'm probably going to use
Sure. Yeah.
all of my abilities, and we'll see how that goes.
All?
That was a
Yeah.
brutal roll.
So I've got my
That was a
warriors.
D10, right?
It's a 2d6. So I
No,
get
the ability.
it's a. I think it's a
So that's
1D,
that's
it's a
something that
1d12.
I've
a D12.
noticed.
Yeah.
These basic skills, especially for the warrior, like 1d12 roll is not doing anything in the higher levels. I've been saving it
Oh,
just
yeah.
for finishing guys off. Like
No,
if I
yeah.
get a guy under 10 health and I don't want to like chance him getting another hit in, I'll use it. But like on my rangers, I have switched over to all of the heal and dodge increase. I think it is skill. The damage ones are just silly.
Yeah. There's a big hit on his side.
Doing well. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you're crushing this. You were scared of this guy?
Oh, I had no
He's
idea
impotent.
what level he was going to be. He's impotent.
He's fucking impotent. Not there's anything wrong with that.
17 damage hit. That's not great, but I'll be fine.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, you might need a heal after
Woo!
this. You'll be alright.
That's not pretty. Let's add another overhand chomp in.
There you go.
I should be fine here. One more, and he should be toast. Oh, maybe
Oh,
not.
It's gonna
Let's
make
add
you.
another one in.
You're gonna do one at 12?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like that. I feel like that's a waste.
Well, that way I guess I could wait till it
Oh,
ended
well,
up
it
paying
ended
off.
up working.
Yeah. But I could have waited till I did that 5 damage and then done the ability.
So Worm's asking if you have a ring equipped.
I think I do. So this is a 1d12, so I like the one I have better. But this is just a main hand. So
It's giving you a parry rate too.
Yeah, it's giving you a parry rate. If I have a shield, I'll use a shield, but I think for my warrior, I don't have any offhands. Do I not have a ring equipped? Thanks,
There you
Mom.
go.
I appreciate
Check the
you,
other
Mom.
one. Make sure the other
You
one's
didn't
not
have
better.
one equipped.
You have two others. So why are you rolling with 3 rings in the inventory there?
Yeah, so I just must have never added it. Oops. This warrior died early, so I kind of forgot about him. Of like, hey, this is the warrior I'm gonna do my progression through, and let him kind of like be the front runner that I can figure out what quest levels are everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really care about him, especially where like from the leaderboard's perspective, he's already done 196 quests.
Mm-hmm.
He is not my progression person. Whereas if you go to,
I see what you mean. Like
if you go to my other warrior, my other warrior is also in the foul waste. There's only done 105 quests so far.
Okay. Bob making a good point about the skills here. Like I was saying, the overhand chop, not great. Rendering blow, Bob, what offhand do you know what the effect is there? I've actually gotten pretty lucky with skill books. I equipped 1 pocket sand. Everything else I've sold or is listed.
I haven't gotten. I mean, I only have 1 hero, but I haven't gotten any NFTs yet.
Yeah, I mean, go get them. But I mean, I have 6 heroes, and I'm not getting too many, so it takes more than, you know.
Yeah, it's a time thing. What else about Dragon's Crossing? Like the loot's fun. I like the different play styles of like having like my warrior's got a 43% chance at mitigation, which is cool. And I can see how that's going to progress as we continue to get to these higher routes. I might have like 70-80% mitigation chance.
Bob, but the hot take, the flee skills are overvalued. One thing I will say, I have now twice already, instead of using the skill, clicked flee and almost died because of it. Like thinking my intention was like, oh, use pocket sand, get out of here, and I just hit flee instead. Yeah, I think it's tough because a lot of times you still want to tread it down to the lowest amount possible, and you could still get in trouble. But it's nice to have a guaranteed kind of flee there. What's that? It looks like a boost on your.
Oh, worm 5 and no NFTs.
Wow, 0 with 5.
That's crazy. I've gotten
That's
3
not giving
so
me
far.
hope. It's not giving me hope.
I mean, I've
gotten 2 skill books and then 1 shard.
I have a trivia question ready, by the way.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Should I bring it up while we're doing this?
I'm just clicking buttons, so.
It's a music related.
Music related?
DFK music or
no?
What?
Yeah, just random.
What's up with that?
You don't want to do that? You don't want to do that?
Sounds pretty dumb. Gonna be honest.
You're the host, so.
All right, I won't do it. No, Franz thinks it's dumb. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Man, I don't have anything better though.
What DFK trivia do you know? I mean.
So I'll say I have. This is with 6 heroes. Well, really with 4 because 2 of them I just got, and they're pretty low levels. I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skill books and a shard.
Damn.
That's solid.
My luck is pretty high.
Sounds like it.
Doesn't rarity increase your chances at those or no?
Yes.
Okay. And so you have
slightly
way more legendary. You have like 4 legendaries.
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
We are on 3x drop rate on those 2 for the first season.
Jeez. So it's gonna be even worse later.
Yeah.
Yes,
much.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which I like, which I'm okay
well,
with.
but also once the Rift heroes, it'll be much easier to get heroes. Once Rift heroes are live.
Yeah,
right?
I mean the skill books, they're gonna
It's
be.
just gonna be more overall in circulation. Yeah.
At first, my thought was oh, the skill books, I'm just gonna keep selling them because like they don't seem super important, but that was really nearsighted in the lower levels. Like I'm at the later levels now, and the ones you start with don't really scale, and you need the better ones.
Uh-oh.
Well, I am
You in
curious
trouble
about-
here?
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're fine. You're gonna need a heal though. Ah, 3 quests left.
There's my shield.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Rare.
Do I give that to my other guy though? I might.
Wait, why?
And didn't you
did
just
you
get a
have
main hand only weapon?
Did you have a
did.
two-handed weapon?
I had a two-handed weapon. It was
Oh.
a 2d6.
Oh, Bob bought my shard. Why didn't you buy it OTC?
Yeah, message.
Tad bought one of my books the other day too. He bought Pocket Sand for like $50. It was great.
Wait. Boxside intern. The trivia question was related to Blink-182.
So without you asking it, he would have
Yeah.
gotten it.
Nah, it was a Blink-182 general question. Because our mutual friend, I think, I could say his name. His name is Josh. I don't know if I can say his name. I'll bleep that out later. He went to a Blink-182 concert recently. Do you know they're touring? Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, I did. Tickets were very expensive where I am, and they're not as expensive in other places of the country. And I was very sour at this friend, we'll call him Josh, for going to the concert for under $100, where it was 500 plus where I am.
Well, yeah, because New York City is expensive.
Why'd you have to do that?
Everyone knows you're in New York City.
Nope.
So, does anything ever happen when you touch the orb? I have a 0%
I've
success
touched
rate.
3 orbs and nothing has happened all 3 times.
Yes.
Are
Things
you
happen.
lying to us?
No. Why would they put it in there if nothing ever happens?
Because there's a choice element that if you rest in front of the orb, good things or bad things would happen. But the first time you're going through, you touch the orb, you don't know.
Do you
if
think
it's
there's
gonna
like
do
a
anything.
Do you think there's like a counter of like how often you've like touched it versus like how often you sit in front of it?
No.
That would be
Like
cool.
like
RNG.
fucking bloater is just watching a chart, and he's like, "Oh, this motherfucker sat in front of it this one time."
All right, so we're gonna touch it, and nothing happens.
Nothing. I've done it again 3 times. And nothing
I've done it
happened.
probably 6 or 7 times, and nothing's happened. But Grady himself has said something happens.
Something happens. Yeah.
So this is my progression guy, a little more built out. Alabama.
Throwing you off the scent.
Yeah.
The New York comment.
That's I've said.
All right, I have a
Post.
DFK related trivia ready.
Oh, all right, good. Let's hear it.
Should we just spin the name? Let's just spin the name of Wheels.
Are you
wheel
gonna,
names.
are you
You're
willing
We're gonna do
to
that
put
effort?
all those
You're
names
gonna-
in?
Yeah, you got to do that then.
Yeah, everyone respond if you want in. Say
Oh,
in.
God.
I was gonna ask what the 4th highest stat growth on a scholar is. It wasn't a good trivia question.
35%, or do you want the specific thing?
No, which stat?
I should have asked a quest ago, but my warrior is ready to level up. Do I go back to
I had this problem yesterday.
Eden?
Yeah.
I know that this is the adventuring guild, so I need to unlock the adventuring guild.
I had just
Yeah, it's a
opened
pain
up,
in the ass when you don't have it going
I
all the way
just
back.
opened up, but I haven't traveled there yet. The Foul Wastes or whatever.
Yep.
And so I would either had to travel to Foul Wastes or travel all the way back to the original city. And so I went back to the original city, but like it was a struggle. When you're in those in betweens, it's brutal.
It's gonna be 4 quests to go back. Bloater
Are you
said
noting
it-
all this, or
how many-
is there not actually a wheel happening, Franz?
I'm typing away over
do
here.
two
Okay,
more.
good.
Saying,
Okay, good.
They're
good,
saying
good.
in too fast.
All right.
Yeah, I am going to. I'll try 2 more quests, and if I don't get the adventuring guild after 2 quests, I'm gonna be really sad.
Ooh, what's that? Is that a head?
like a
is that
belt thing.
crown?
I
or
see.
a
I think
belt?
you're wasting here. I wouldn't.
You think?
Because you
what
just
if you
did a
don't get
quest
it?
without experience, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're getting
right.
nothing here.
Yeah, but you got item, you got loot.
Just bite the bullet.
One more.
Because what if you don't get the adventure guild?
Boss quest.
Oh, it's a boss quest.
What is this bullshit? All right, that sucks. And
Touch
I got
it.
an orb.
And an orb.
What is this?
Touch it.
I'm resting.
Touch it.
I'm fuck.
There you go. That's what you
Minus.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh.
That was like the
let-
worst swing
no.
ever.
Real quick for the chat, limit 1 per customer here. we're spamming a little, and we don't have any mods, so nobody can do anything about this.
Don't
Chaos
tell them we don't have
has been
mods.
released.
This is complete chaos.
Yep. This sounds about right for my top hero.
1.
Oh my
Yeah, there we go. Let's go.
fuck me.
Wow.
So I gotta go double strength, and then he'll be at he's at 33 and 20, which is solid.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You
Also,
did end
teach-
up good. Did I miss something? Did you find it, or did you go to Ados?
I found the boss quest,
Right, I saw that.
And then he went back.
and then I went back because I said F this shit.
Oh,
I'm a toucher. I'm an orb toucher.
I'm a toucher
Yeah.
too.
I'm a rester, and it's definitely not treated me well.
Yeah. Man, so much was just lost on travel. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that
lie.
was
Anybody
a
else in? I'm
bad
putting Bob
spend.
and Grady in because they're talking. But if you want in on the giveaway, we're
Did
giving
you
away
see
a
the
10
chat?
of 10.
Did you see the chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Peter Rocco's and Worm out.
Well, that's, somebody wrote Maddie. He's in.
I'd sooner send it to the Burn wallet. I'll send it to the PJ wallet.
I don't care about charisma with this guy. This has been a brutal run.
Oh,
Oh, those are some tough rolls. Oh man.
Double ones.
Yeah.
is this your last?
Oh.
I have a ranger too, but like no one needs to see me just.
I mean,
click buttons.
I'd do a few.
Are you live? You're ready to go?
Yeah, go ahead. Cut me off. That's fine.
No,
was
I
that?
mean when you're done
no,
with these quests.
I'm just clicking buttons. It'll be fun
What-
to
what do you
see.
think
Show
I'm
us
gonna
your
do?
arsenal.
It's the same thing.
But I want to see Franz's army.
I do want to see France's army.
Legion.
I cut him off. I did it. I cut
No,
him
it's
off.
a different game, so you can't use the
Yeah,
same.
you can't
figures.
call it Legion.
Oh, this is me. All right. So yeah, this is my
Wow.
mythic baby right here.
Ooh,
Switch network.
Aren't you? You're on the leaderboard, right?
No. So 44th.
Okay.
But so 2 people went to the Dark Tower today.
oh,
So
they did it.
before, so I have the Dark Tower.
Like ready.
Wait, why is this 15 out of 15? Oh, it just reset. We've been streaming for a while now.
Yep.
So I guess I could play this one, but I'm not mentally ready for that. But I almost wasted a quest just to go to number 1 on the leaderboard.
Oh, because when you get it.
Yeah,
you get-
because I had it
yeah.
opened. All right, so these 3 are like my main ones. These other ones I've
Messing
picked
around with- Yeah.
I'm looking to sell. I need a mage. If anyone wants to trade a mage for anybody, these 2 are staying, but any of these other ones here, let me know.
Yeah, the levels reset on the season, right?
No. Someone could check that in the chat if that's incorrect, but the equipment resets.
Equipment
Not the
resets,
level.
but level does not. So, okay.
So we're gonna do Levi Dyer here. He's doing pretty good. Let's see what the equipment. Got a little buckler there. 1d8 over here. He's doing all right. So
I think we're
Oh,
getting
daily
yes,
quest.
levels reset.
oh, I didn't know that.
Skills stay is what.
Yeah,
iOS
still
code is saying.
skills stay. I know. I thought the level stayed, but I guess that wouldn't make sense. So
On a new set, yep, level resets. Grady jumping
Oh.
into.
ooh, rare female mage.
Ooh, Eric David Tippett says he wants a trade.
Maybe we could talk.
He's got a female mage. He wants a trade.
All right, let's do the daily. Whoa. Yeah, my
You manually clicked
No,
the rolls?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I was blown away by that.
Everything got reset.
Oh,
Like,
right. You said that.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
to like reinstall MetaMask on this computer before the stream.
Right. Yeah.
How do I
Oh boy.
auto roll?
All right, you take it over. I'm walking away for 2 seconds.
Ooh, nice 21. We're just cruising. 14-0 here.
Nice.
15-2. Yeah, this guy's crushing. Spoke too soon. Get a hit.
Yeah, so I go off stream and I get a legendary
Oh, need 8, got 8.
and an epic chest.
We got what?
I just got an epic chest armor and then a legendary headpiece.
Nice. So you know you do still check the stats, right?
Yeah,
you know
like
the rarity
so
alone doesn't matter.
The rarity the epic gave a 6% chance in dodge, which is kind of interesting. Just a flat 6% dodge chance.
See, yeah, I'm in the same position you are now, where I'm in the bog.
Right.
I'm ready to level.
Yep.
And I'm traveling.
And it's like,
back.
do I go back? Yeah. And the correct decision was yes, I should go back.
They did just make the change that there's going to be a cap on how long it takes to discover things, but like still, you just
right.
Unless you're on that cap, it's just wasted quests.
Yeah, agreed.
One. See, I was laughing at you before. I got a 1 and a 2.
I got double ones. Like the not great rolls. Not great.
Go
not what we want to see.
And wisdom. If anyone else wants in on the giveaway, type in. And we'll throw you in there. AP, welcome. Hop on in. All right, now we're heading all the way back.
Yeah, it's tough.
What level is this guy? Level 11? I'm going to try the daily. Yep, good.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to get a skill or two on the warrior because it's just having the overhand shot. Like with the ranger, I'm okay with it because I have all my skill points on that heal and dodge move.
I like that. Yeah.
I think that's beneficial at any level, right?
Right. As soon as you're under 3 health, just use it, and it preserves HP.
Well, not even that. Just the idea that it also adds to the dodge. Like 3 HP is cool, but adding to
the dodge, the dodge rate, I agree.
It's either dodge or parry. That's helpful. So.
Oh, whatever.
All right, back to the bog here.
The bog?
Oh, the odorous bog.
Are you near? Are you close to it?
I'm chatting right beside it.
Were you say on the side of it? Yeah, you said the thing I was gonna say. Yeah.
75 health.
Wait, are you still doing names? People are still saying in.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I am.
All right.
You
Good.
just extended it.
See, yeah, I need to. Now I'm in this point where like I'm stuck in the bog, and I'm not getting.
Tell me about it, huh?
It's the
very
worst.
frustrating.
All of us are right here, stuck in the bog.
See, I'm getting screwed.
Ooh,
I
saved
the skills for when they're low health, but
no,
didn't
do them
burn
at the
me.
start of battle. Yeah.
Yeah, and like,
This
where are you
might be,
pacing right now? You got 6 quests left. How many skills do you have left?
I don't know, like 5, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is 12% armament and 3 amount. So this was. Yeah, I'm switching this off. So this is an extra percent, third of mitigation, 1 less mit, but +2 wisdom, +2 charisma. We'll do it.
Wait, is it? It's a common.
Yeah.
So,
we were talking about that before, Maddie. So you hopped into Dragon Crossing a little bit
I did. I'm late.
later than the rest of us. So rarity affects the chance for better stats, but rarity doesn't mean better stats. So you can have a mythic that's worse for you than a common. Don't just go by the rarity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's on items. Like that's on the random
on
loot,
items,
like, yeah.
Well, I mean, on heroes too. I mean, I could have a mythic that has lower stats to start than your rare.
Well, I hit my ranger started with 16 agility, which I thought you told me that was max, right?
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
is max. Yes.
But I feel like most
20.
rangers had like very high. It was like 14, 15, or 16, anyways. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen as low as 12, or
Really?
I think I saw an 11. I sold that hero.
brutal.
I sold a legendary warrior that had 11
Whatever
strength
their
to
strength.
start. Sold it for 250, which is
Yeah,
the
but
boosted mint price. So
also, legendary.
then I minted another
gets
legendary
you.
warrior.
There's advantages to being legendary regardless of your stats, right? Like,
The ability to find
yeah,
NFTs.
yeah.
All right, I'm at 58 health. All right, here we go. Boss fight. I'm gonna test the berries. Nothing happened.
This is the boss fight.
No, I'm not doing the boss fight yet. I have
Oh.
42 health.
You're gonna heal then do it. Oh, you only have 3.
If I survive this fight, it'd be really bad if I just died on stream here.
Yeah, Franz, do you want another ranger?
No, I really only want a mage.
Ooh,
I'm
boy.
looking to get off
Oh,
of.
you pay attention. You gotta pay attention here. All right, there you go. You got
I'm
this.
all right. I'm all right.
Yeah, you got this. There you go.
You want to hop over to me real quick, Maddie?
Defeat.
Oh, we got
that
it.
means you're dead, right? That means you're dead.
I'm dead.
Holy
Freaking
shit.
boss fight.
Why did we put the screen on you right now?
No, I was just questing away, minding my own business. Just my ranger who died 2 days ago.
9.
Just finally got
You
some
had 9
gear again.
left? Oh.
9 left. He hit for 17 and 21 back to back. It was brutal.
Guy, what are you doing? Oh, look
What are
at
you
this.
keeping? What are you keeping?
I have to keep the weapon, right?
No, keep some of those orange.
You know, this just shows guys' dedication to content that he intentionally died just so that we can have this fun.
just to see me respond.
But like the ring's pretty sweet.
I've
but,
been
like,
keeping rings
yeah.
Rings are awesome.
because all right, here's my mentality, and you do you, right?
Yeah.
But you can buy
I
the
could buy the
base
weapon,
weapons right off the bat, right?
armor
which
smith,
probably
blacksmith,
isn't much
yeah.
worse than the 1d10.
Oh, Bob's making a good point. Yeah, keep your offhand.
I don't
Definitely.
even have an offhand on this ranger
What?
Oh, you didn't?
because he just died 2 days ago.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Season 1's a learning season.
Yeah, exactly. So ring, is that what we're thinking? This helm, even though
See-
it's common, is actually pretty sexy.
Here's
Can
the
you
thing.
zoom in more? It's hard for
Yeah, it is hard to see.
us to see what.
Here's the thing, though. Like, that is cool. What is the value of like losing 4 quests?
Maybe that guy should stay in the enchanted fields, where it's safe.
Yeah.
Like losing 4 quests, going back and healing, versus dying right now.
Well, I just lost
mean-
9 quests.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the. Yeah.
I want to keep that.
I'm thinking the ring.
What? Show me the ring again.
It's got 8 hit points.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Ooh.
boosting your crit, your parry, and your dodge. 8 hit points is a lot.
Yeah.
Look
You
at
don't have
the.
any. Wait, I have a mythic helmet. You don't have any mythic items?
No. What's
Go
the
to
honest-
the. What's special about the rare crossbow?
Nothing. It's just a 1d10.
Oh, that
With
looks.
2
Was
quickness.
that? Yeah. No.
So,
Is it a 2-hand?
but this helm's pretty good too.
That is pretty nice. 17 armor mitt
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
or little parry
I-
rate, 6
Parry.
wisdom, 7 charisma.
So 7 charisma's wild, but this
Wisdom and-
ranger's not really built for charisma. So it's kind of like a waste. Although
Yeah.
7 can almost turn you like that
I mean,
alone.
it could
Yeah.
make it a build. Yeah.
Right. I think I'm going the ring though.
Interesting.
Wow, guy.
Big death.
Big death.
Big debt. 9 quests.
Yeah, it's brutal. I don't
Holy
want to
shit.
talk about it. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
I mean,
All right, am I taking it back here?
yeah, take
Yeah,
it
go
back.
ahead.
So quests. So question. I mean, quests are the currency. You could
Yes.
argue, right?
Yeah.
Would you
I mean, you
see
buy
a
weapons with
scenario? Can you see a scenario in the future where potentially there is a marketplace where you're exchanging quests?
No.
I think that'd be
'Cause
very interesting.
The entire
I don't-
reward
I-
system
right, I don't
is
think
based off
so.
of quests.
But I think it'd be very interesting of like, I'll give you 2 quests for that item.
Well, there was mention
That'd
of
be very cool if they did that.
Vendor
Bob, don't
trash
share that
for
alpha in public, by the way.
whatever.
Anyways, continue.
Oh,
Great streaming.
Well, yes.
guys.
I mean,
yeah, I
that's
didn't
what I'm
want to
talking
say
about. I mean,
that.
that's what I was.
Guy, we were talking about that earlier today.
That's what I was talking about. Of like,
Why'd
what's
you
the
put
value,
it on the screen?
What's the value of doing X, Y, and Z versus doing another thing? And yeah,
No, so what I was gonna say earlier, just now, there was talk of potentially you trade in a certain amount of items, and you can get a quest back.
ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But
Just
even
the,
that,
like-
I mean, that's good for like NFTs and stuff. But like, you're still looking for the minimum amount of quests, right? So having an extra one in a given day doesn't technically help you. It feels good.
Right. Okay. So Sarge made a comment here, which I think is fair and I think is accurate. But I think also too, if it's an open marketplace, you know, the marketplace is going to determine the value. And yes, obviously, like whales could come in and like dominate, and that would suck, and no one would want that. But like, if I have 15 quests a day, and I decide to sell them, no, I mean, I don't think the team wants to do that, but like I think it's a very interesting idea with Web3 of like any resource that is available to you hypothetically could be,
But again, it's
If
not
there's a
like it would
reward
be.
system tied to it, I don't think that's feasible. And then I also like the quest shouldn't be an NFT.
I guess you're right. I'm just kind of spitballing. 'Cause I thought it
But
was
also,
interesting.
it doesn't help you win because you're still looking for the lowest amount.
Oh, that's
Also,
true.
I'm in kind of a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah. Why aren't
Alright,
you
I'm
using
good.
your skills?
I'm gonna use it now.
Well, no, I think it doesn't help you win. I
Oh.
agree with that. But also, too, like there are some people that are just going to farm and just want more attempts at other NFTs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is fine. Which I think that's why the system, it would work that you could sell them hypothetically. I mean,
Armor mitigation 5, 12, or 13%.
I get iOS code also
No,
comment
so-
here saying, like the blacksmith, you're not actually paying with your quests. You're like doing work for the blacksmith, hypothetically, right?
I like
Yeah.
that little like story play there.
Right. That makes like lore makes it make sense. I understand what you're saying, but like it is. I feel like it's a resource. You know what I mean? But
So what do we think here? So
I
my
understand.
armor mitigation is right now at 39%, and the
Yep.
amount is 10. I have the chance to put it from 13% here, so to add almost 5% at the expense of 2 amount. So it would
I
take
think
me
it's
I would
100%
say-
worth it.
Um,
I would bring. The
how
chance
quickly
up.
are you planning on going past this zone?
I mean, with this hero, I don't even have it unlocked yet. But
Yeah. So I think the
soon
higher
as I can.
chance of mitigation is more important at this point
Hmm.
because the baddies aren't hitting as hard.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
waiting
may-
for iOS code and Bob to answer.
Yeah.
I asked you guys just because that's how I have to do it. But
Maybe like Bob, keep me honest here. Like maybe for the boss fight, you go for the larger mitigation amount and not the larger mitigation chance.
it's almost 5%. It is pretty good. I'm losing 2 strength and a hit points and gaining agility and quickness. And it's a warrior. I'd rather the strength than the hit points.
I think. I know
See
you're
what
not
this
going to
does.
value my opinion, but I say increase the chance and lower the amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then here I could sacrifice 3.81%. I can get an armor mitt back, an agility, 2 quickness, and a charisma. Or wisdom, 2 charisma. No, I'm going to keep that there. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. And that guy's done.
See, Bob confirms, so you can
Bob
feel
confirms.
good about your life.
Yep.
Nice. Feel good about it now?
And then iOS code with the correct response cited someone that feels more knowledgeable than him.
All right. That makes sense. All right. I think it's time to spin the wheel.
Yeah, let's
do
do
it.
it.
So what is
Just
this for?
making
The
sure.
shit wizard?
It was a thief.
It was an
a wizard
uncommon
thief?
10 of 10. It wasn't.
It's a
it
10 of
wasn't
10?
shit.
Oh, it's a 10 of 10?
Yeah.
I put my
Wow.
name in, right? Did my name get in?
Your name did not get in.
Did not guy
Wasn't
kid
enough
make his
room.
way in?
There wasn't
But-
enough room. Ah, the wheel has limited.
But
has
you'll
limited-
notice
yeah,
there
yeah.
is this right here.
What?
France
France keeps it. All right. Wow.
It's a 1 out of
interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you just look at the total
One-
entries in the
yeah.
top right.
1 out of 11 chance. I feel comfortable putting that in there, and I will keep it if it wins.
France,
Not
he's
respinning.
gonna keep it. If he hits it, he's gonna keep it. Which is gonna be the most troll stream we've ever done.
That's what you get with Bogside. We're not like these other streams. It's really about us in the end,
It's
not about
literally
you guys.
France is on the list. He might
right,
not
here
even
we
give
go.
it away.
Oh, this is great. Oh, no, not gonna be you.
Oh,
Dewey.
Dewey War.
And I'm glad that it's someone, like, I'm glad it's not someone that like we talk to a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. Dewey War. Send me.
Yeah, shoot out.
Peter, you weren't in? Yeah, you're in there, Peter.
Yeah, he was.
You weren't in for each time you said in.
Yeah.
Dewey War. I am FranzOX on Discord. You'll find me in the DFK channel. Shoot me a DM
Yeah, shoot him a
And-
message on Discord.
and we'll
All right.
chat. Cool.
All right. I think that's
Well,
all we
long
have,
tonight.
right?
Full 2 hours. Well done, boys.
Yeah, this was long. All right. Final comments, guys, on anything we talked about. Dragon's Crossing, DFK.
Hashtag don't die.
I'm just glad Guy died on stream because
Yeah,
Maddie
died on stream.
Maddie can attest to this that he's been dying a decent amount and been texting us about it. But I didn't want to blow up his spot, so
Oops.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to get into it. I feel like guys just like I don't care and just
Yeah,
like
right.
clicks
Click
attack.
button, click
Like, yeah. All right. Well,
Pretty much.
this has been. Oh, you got more, friends? This has been an episode of Bogside Chats. My name is Matty Pesk for Franz and for Guy Kid. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next week.
Christian, Peter, and Grady are going live. Go check out their stream.
Go see Grady.
Die Kid.